Thank you
I
so
saw
much.
your moves
I was
behind
having
the
a little
screen.
moment by myself back there, and I didn't
dancing.
realize that the screen door was quite
Until we all started cheering for you,
Yes.
like we were at Chippendales. And
I was having
like,
a little Michael Jackson moment, you know? Your band was playing Beat It. I was like...
I know. Thank you, by the way. I think the last time you were on my show, you hosted.
I had
COVID. Yes. You did a great job.
Thank you so much. I had the best time. First of all, your staff is amazing.
Incredible.
Everyone is incredible.
Yeah.
I saw some familiar faces. Like, they came up to me and they gave me a big hug, which is awesome. And it's so much fun. It's really, like, you know, more... Obviously, I had so much fun with the guests, but, like, getting to show up to work every morning and work with writers and to really craft like what you want to say every show and oh, what's going on in the world? Let's figure out a way to, you know, comment on that somehow. I mean, I think that was the most fulfilling part of it.
You love it so much. You hosted the People's Choice Awards. You're like hosting things now. You love it?
You helped kick off that entire like career trajectory for me.
Did you love doing it?
I had a great time. I had a great time. I was
It's fast paced. Is People's Choice live?
It is live.
It is live?
Yeah.
Okay, they tape it live. I was like, it's
kind of terrifying.
I actually love when it's live.
Yeah.
Because then they can't make you stay longer. You know?
Oh, fair.
You're done.
Fair.
You know, it's a hard out. It's a hard out. So wait, you released an EP. It's called Anxious Avoidant. I was actually listening to it before you came out. You're really good, man.
Oh, thank you. That means the world.
It's kind of rude. Like you're like really good at acting. You're really good at dancing. Apparently, we saw you do some MJ back there. You're like great at singing. I'm like, was there ever a point where you thought you'd go that way and just do singing?
When I was younger, I definitely had aspirations to be in a boy band.
Yeah?
And I understand Luke is coming on the show, and he was in a boy band.
He was in a boy band.
So
what boy band would you have picked if you were going to be in one?
Well, I grew up in kind of like the NSYNC generation, and the girl that I had a crush on was like a massive NSYNC fan. So it was definitely tearing on my heart when I'm with you. You know,
he's really good. It's like
so
odd. I'm just like,
please.
Oh my gosh.
It's embarrassing even doing it in front of you.
You're really good. I think I'd go more Boys to Men. I don't know if that's a boy band, but boy is in the title of the band, so I feel like it's okay.
Fair.
So wait, did you do any live performances because your EP came out?
I did. We did a show at the Hotel Cafe, which is wonderful. It's intimate.
I love that place. Yeah.
And that's me playing guitar.
That's very
acting like I know how to play guitar. I know 8 chords. You know,
my
I know
God,
the same 8 chords as everyone else. And but it's so exhilarating. I mean, you know, it's always exhilarating getting to do anything in front of a live crowd. I feel like as film actors, we're so deprived from that, like that kind of instant gratification.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you could be on set and think that you did a good job, but then you kind of just go home at the end of the day, and you're like, oh, I think
and you don't even see all the movie. That's what's crazy. You know, all the scenes you're not in until you see the whole thing together. Yeah.
And it's amazing to just get to do it and to feel the energy of the audience right away as it's happening.
I love it. I'll get drunk off that energy.
I would love some advice from you.
What?
Because I have a low voice, and so I've always struggled with the high notes. I'm very, very much a baritone.
Oh, you know what? So I'm very much a first soprano, so I always struggle with the low notes.
There
like
you go.
even if you hear Miss Independent, my first single, I'm like, it's just like, I can barely hit it.
I feel
you
like
mean
I
to stretch
always,
your range?
Yeah.
Is that where you're going?
Yeah, how do I really like hit the, you know, like it's the chest voice into the mixed voice.
I used to force myself to just sing things that were out of my league.
There you go.
I did. That's what I did.
I do, but
even
it sounds like a dying animal on the side of the road.
You know what? I'm gonna be real with you. If you Google me, like my first tour, it's not great. You know, it's not great. Yeah. I often wonder how I won that show, but I don't know. I think I would force myself to kind of do things that were like seeing Toni Braxton or things that were out of my range, and then my range just started getting bigger.
My gosh.
Yeah, but I sing a lot. I'm like annoying. Like a walking musical.
You are annoying in that you are annoyingly talented.
Yeah,
and you do the best covers and you make it so that the artist can never sing the song ever again. Because they're so good.
You know what I think it is, and you might get this because you're an actor. I'm not an actor, but I am like, I'm very empathetic. And so I think my sister described this to me the other night, and I never really thought about it, but I think maybe why you're so great, and a lot of actors are great at singing too, is that you really do kind of lean into whoever the artist, like that character, like whatever the songwriter was thinking. Yeah,
you're telling a story.
And you become like, I think, and because I'm empathetic, I'm not an actor, but I'm an empathetic person, so I like doing that. It's fun, because it's like almost playing different characters when you're covering songs.
I did watch your movie, though.
Oh.
So when you say you're not an actor,
legally, well, that's why I say legally
you were
obligated.
a SAG member.
Legally obligated, yes, and I stood with them. I love your career and your life, because we were talking about music, you know, before the break, and you were Pete Wentz's stunt double once in like a music video? What a random thing.
Very true, very random.
How did that happen?
The year was 2013, Kelly. And I was very, very unemployed. And I was pretty much doing any acting gig that I could, sometimes not even acting.
What we all do to,
Exactly, whatever, you know, stock photos for $100. So a casting call comes through, they're like, Fall Out Boy is shooting the Centuries music video in Toronto, and they're looking for stunt doubles. And at that point, in my mind, Pete Wentz was like, you know, short, spiky, dark hair. And so... And so
I can see the resemblance.
Pass for Pete Wentz from like 100 feet away. And so, you know, I got cast and I show up and the band flies in on, you know, a private jet and they're on set and I'm like, wait a second, Pete dyed his hair. So he apparently just like on a whim the night before dyed, like buzzed his head and dyed it platinum blonde. And so I was like, well, okay, that kind of, you know,
that's hard.
That makes it hard for me. They weren't paying me enough to do that to my hair.
Yeah, no joke.
I was like, sorry.
So then you didn't do it? You didn't end up doing it?
I did, but you know, I think they just cut around me. Like they really just cut my head off. They framed like
God.
There was a lot of torso in there.
Do you know how many people hated him for cutting his hair right before coming there? I've done something like that. I've done my hair differently, and they're like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah. You didn't tell anybody?
Because they prep for things. I want to talk about your new movie though. I watched it last night. I was so excited. I put my kids to bed. I didn't know if it was like kid friendly, so I waited till they went to bed. It is good, kid-friendly, and it's also, it's very thought-provoking. I know it's like sci-fi, and I know it's fun, and I know there's action, and I know there's all, and you get to play this evil dude, which is like, but then there's the question, like, are you evil? Or did you have a good plan? Like, I don't know. I'm just saying. You think I'm messed up right now from why I'm saying this, but I'm just saying, I don't want to, no spoiler alert.
We're just saying, traffic in LA is really bad.
Yeah, exactly. You get where I'm going.
And can you really blame a guy for wanting fewer cars on the road?
You just blame it? I mean, I'm just saying. That's some good ideas. It's kind of extreme, but it was a very interesting. I'm very interested in AI and like where it's going and what it's going to be doing, and it actually presented like even with Jennifer Lopez is in it and her character, like that relationship.
Yeah.
And then your relationship with. I don't want to ruin this movie. So good.
Well, I'll say this. Like you know, I think I definitely do play the villain in this movie. I play a villain, a psychopathic, mass murdering robot named Harlan.
So now it seems weird.
So now it's weird.
It seems a little odd. It seems odd.
We're just talking about traffic.
Yes.
And I think I represent kind of the worst case scenario for what I think a world with AI could be, which is that when we put AI in the driver's seat and we let AI make decisions without empathy, without thinking about human cost, human lives, human families, and what that actually means, that you know, I think we run the danger as a society of just like losing a bit of our soul. And I feel like we hear, you know, in artist circles a lot, we talk about AI-generated art. Like, what is that? You know, and I would argue that art is art because it has a message. This painting is a painting because there is a story behind the person who painted it, and with every individual brushstroke, like infused that message onto a canvas. And when AI takes that and, you know, juxtaposes it with a million other human paintings and then spits something out, it's like, there's no soul, there's no message, there's no story.
No storytelling.
Yeah, so is it even really art?
I don't know, man. I was so mad I was alone watching it because I wanted to have this conversation. It's very thought-provoking.
You should have called me up.
I'm just saying, like, because it's AI, it's just an interesting thing, like what it represents, how scary it can be, but also like, you know, the opportunities of it, and also the realization of like, I mean, there's a hard truth for humans in the movie of like, we're not killing it. Or we are killing it. We're killing Earth. But like, I just mean like it's just a nice conversation starter is all. He is a psychopath. I'm not pro-psychopath. I'm just saying it. I can see where the wires got mixed.
Definitely. Well, I think the film does a really good job too of illustrating the, you know, the positive elements to like this integration with technology, and everything technological I think is double-sided, right? You have a you know, with the internet and social media, there's, you know, there's positives and there's like obviously very clear negatives, but I think with AI it really does. I mean, first of all, I think it's inevitable, so it will become a part of our lives in some way, shape, or form in the future. It's just about
already is basically.
It already is in many ways, and it's about really proceeding with caution, and again, like not letting it be, letting AI enhance our decision making and inform us, but never putting it in the driver's seat, and never letting allowing our decisions to be.
Like giving that up. Don't give that up.
Yeah. Don't, like, otherwise we're just a world that's made by algorithms, you know? And that's just not fun. That's not a world that I want to live in.
Yeah, and it's interesting too, like the part of the movie where, this isn't spoiling anything, but where it even talks about how we're already kind of a part of AI and how it'll track you. Like, you know, all of a sudden I'm talking about something and it'll pop up on my phone. I'm like, oh, they're listening. And so that happens already, and it kind of talks about those algorithms and how it already kind of is at play, like with us right now.
I flip through my TikTok, and based on what you stop on and what you watch, it just like starts to curate. It starts to like make assumptions about who you are. It's so fun. I was on TikTok a lot during a breakup that I was going through.
Yeah.
And so I started getting all this advice from 14 to 16-year-old girls going through breakups.
Qualified.
So it was a lot of very young girls who were like, you are worth so much more than that. And I was like, thank you.
Yes, I am.
And once in a while now, I still get one.
Yes, I am.
A lot of therapy from teenagers.
Oh my God, it was free therapy.
Yes,
I like
so thank you if
From
you're out
highly
there.
qualified individuals.
To the therapy influencers of teenage TikTok.
Tomorrow.
Thank you. You've impacted me and you've helped me.
Oh my God. Well, wait, your movie brings up another question too. It's obviously set in space. So would you ever go to space? If I didn't have kids, I would go to space. Would you?
Oh, so your answer right now is changed.
Mine's a hard no because of my children.
Hard no,
but
yeah.
yes, but I would if I didn't have kids. I would totally.
Can I be on the second ship out?
Oh,
right,
brother, I'm not about any kind of maiden voyage. I saw Titanic. I'm not. Yeah, that's not my vibe.